I'm planning on going back to UFC.
You do?
If they'll have me, I would like to go back and fucking whoop someone's ass there.
Well, who would you want to if it was offered? Justin Gaethje, it sounds like.
I'm not fighting at 55 though, but right now I'm not fighting in there because there's nobody to fight really. It's kind of slow rolling.
Like UFC would.
I don't really have a name in mind right now in the UFC. That's why I'm not there right now in West.
But the name, the draw, the excitement that you'd bring to it, I feel like it's really lacking in UFC. Everybody's
That's
rushing, everybody's
I would
wrestling.
be there if there was somebody that I wanted to go fight. But
I want to see the rubber match with Conor McGregor.
with time for sure. Yeah, whenever he's back. Me and him for sure got unfinished.
If there's another fight that would sell and it would be huge, it would be that. It would be Diaz 3.
Oh yeah.
Could be, especially if Diaz gets past Poirier.
Yes.
Even if he doesn't. I mean, just that fight alone. I mean, there's the history between those two guys. I mean, that would be.
And it's so appealing stylistically as well. The fight, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm a grappler at heart. I love grappling, but I also understand that a jiu-jitsu tournament will put people to sleep. You know, even if you're into jiu-jitsu, it's hard to watch a jiu-jitsu tournament.
Yes.
But anybody can see a punch hitting someone in the head and them falling down. That's that's exciting. And him and Diaz is such a great personality matchup. It's such a great skill clash. You know, if I was to design somebody that's going to bring the best out of corner, you'd want someone that, you know, can hit back and take a big shot and put up at the trash. It's a beautiful fight. I would love to see that rematch.
Yeah, the thing about Diaz when they first fought was that he didn't give a fuck about trash talk. It didn't bother him at all.
Scientists are now presenting strong evidence that social media is actively rewiring our brains, and this isn't vague speculation. Researchers have measured actual dopamine receptors, the brain structures responsible for pleasure and reward, and found measurable links to the amount of time people spend scrolling through their feeds. This is serious neuroscience, backed by data, not just theory.
Is being talked to headline the White House card. I don't buy it. I can't buy it. Why are we be turning to Conor McGregor? And the answer is also out there because he's the sport's biggest star. That is true. So is that what you need? If you've got the open checkbook and you've got the magic wand, without saying names, do you say, I'm going to put as my main event the sport's biggest star? Is that your answer? Doesn't matter who he's fighting. What if it's a championship match? If you have an open checkbook and you have a magic wand and you don't use any names, but you're going to put the championship on, would you say heavyweight? Would you say women's 135? Would you say wherever Kazmat Chimaev's at? Like, how is it that you would answer that question? And what if you're really going to go for a big fight? What if you really follow this for a long time? You're going to do what we used to call a super fight, but now we call it title versus title.
Diaz showed complete directness when the White House fight concept was mentioned. There was no hesitation, no overcomplicated talk about potential opponents. For Diaz, only one name truly matters: Conor McGregor. No elaborate promotion, no dramatic sales pitch. Just a blunt reality. If it's not McGregor, nothing else really interests him. Diaz has essentially made his position clear. The long-anticipated trilogy no longer feels like a distant fantasy. It feels like something quietly building behind the scenes, waiting for the right moment. No lengthy negotiations are even needed for people to understand why this fight makes sense. Everyone already knows why.
Last thing, White House card, like he said, you want Conor McGregor?
Yeah, but the whole thing's at WWE. So
Right.
like, at least that's happening and getting something to talk about, something to watch. And I'm looking forward to that fight actually.
Now fans want it.
Devontae and Paul should be good, and then because what else are you looking forward to? Hurry up.
Nothing.
Hurry up. What else?
If it's not you, McGregor, Ryan,
Yeah.
it's nobody.
No, it's good. It's good. What's
Now fans want you versus McGregor 3. Do you want that fight?
Yeah, for sure.
White House?
Yeah, what time?
However, Dana White stepped in and noticeably cooled the immediate trilogy. Excitement. He emphasized that timing is everything in a fast-moving sport like MMA. 1 year in mixed martial arts can completely reshape the landscape. McGregor has only teased a return. And while Diaz has expressed interest, nothing is official. White explained that any sense of certainty right now is premature, The UFC schedule, champions, priorities, and promotional direction can shift quickly. By next July 4th, the entire situation could look very different. So, while McGregor versus Diaz 3 isn't ruled out, it's far from finalized or ready to be officially announced.
Nate Diaz, he is the most puzzling. He's not. I don't even think he's that good. I'll go get his record if you want me to. But he has convinced people he is good at fighting somehow, some way.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna go get his damn record, Daniel. It's not.
But he won the Ultimate Fighter. He won the Ultimate Fighter. I'm saying he was good for the time that he was fighting.
No, he wasn't. He was average.
He was. Yeah. Okay. I'm just.
Okay. I'm gonna go get the record. I'm gonna go get the record. They're gonna yell at me. I know this. Okay. Let's see. Well, his record is 21-13.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes, that's not that great.
Okay, I take it back. I'm taking it back.
And he was going into the UFC, he was, I think it was 5-1. So within the UFC, he was 16-12.
That's not good.
That's not very good.
That's not good. There's really no way to twist that into good.
Yeah. So but you know, his personality, that's another one's like, how did his personality catch on? He says funny things sometimes. He's a little bit different. I don't know. Yeah. And listen, if you post this clip, please don't post this clip because
Bisping, however, took a much firmer stance. In his view, if Nate Diaz returns to the octagon and Conor McGregor fights again, that matchup is the obvious choice. No debate needed. The rivalry is already considered one of the greatest in UFC history. Hosting that trilogy on a White House card, an event already carrying historic symbolism, would instantly elevate the magnitude of the entire show. Bisping argued that even if McGregor doesn't need another fight to secure his legacy or earnings, the competitive fire of a true warrior still burns. That desire for one more defining moment, one more unforgettable clash, makes the trilogy feel inevitable if both men return.
Diaz was to come back. But if he was, and if Conor McGregor does actually make it back, I think that's the fight to make all day long. The one-on-one, there were some of the biggest fights in UFC history. Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor at the White House would be absolutely insane. It probably will have Tom Aspinall versus John Jones in the main event. It probably will have Conor McGregor versus someone, Michael Chandler or Nate Diaz, in the co-main event. So that just kind of sets the tone for how big that card would be. What do you think? Do you think Conor McGregor will actually make it back? Of course, he hasn't fought since 2021, right? It's going to be 5 years since he last fought. I, for one, fair play to the guy. Fair play, man. Respect. He doesn't need to do this. He doesn't need to come back. He's got lots of other avenues and ways to make money, but fighting is something that never leaves you, okay? It's a part of who you are. It's in your DNA. It's part of your soul. And he wants to come back and he wants to get his hands raised in victory. Of course, he wants to come back and be a part of
Bisping then expanded the discussion beyond rivalries and into the realm of mega fights that could reshape the sport. He pointed to John Jones versus Alex Pereira as the ultimate blockbuster matchup. Pereira's rapid rise, star power, and success across divisions make the idea of facing Jones feel almost unreal. If Pereira were somehow to defeat Jones, it would do more than add a win to his record. It would cement a historic legacy unmatched. In MMA, still, Bisping acknowledged reality. The currently expected path remains Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler. Yet in MMA, politics, power dynamics, and shifting alliances can instantly change even the most certain plans. Nothing is guaranteed until it's signed and announced.
If we're talking about super fights, if we're talking about something that's really going to get the MMA world excited, then it would be John Jones versus Alex Pereira, right? Alex Pereira is one of the biggest stars. He came back in style and destroyed Magomed Ankalaev. The man's phenomenal. He's unbelievable. He's a two-weight division champion. What he's achieved in this sport is ridiculous. If he was to face John Jones and if he was to beat him, then I guess he would go on a fight for the third belt, and that'd be it. That'd be set in stone. Alex Pereira would, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, be the greatest mixed martial artist to ever compete. Simple as that. There's no one that's fought for 3 belts or won 3 belts. Just the thought of that alone is crazy. I mean, it took me about, 26 fights in the UFC to even get 1 title shot. So they're not easy to come by. Anyway, so there's that. Now they're talking about Conor McGregor fighting Michael Chandler. That's going to be the fight that happens. We all know about that. There's nothing new there. And the thing is, if Donald Trump wants it, if the President of the United States wants it, and as Eric says in that video, him and Dana